Let's welcome back to MidPoint the national chairman of the National Black Police Association, Malik Aziz. Malik, here's an instance where it just might be getting very difficult for officers of color to do their job. According to the Reuters news agency, they interviewed 25 African-American male officers on the NYPD, 15 of whom are retired, 10 of whom are still serving. All but one said that when off duty and out of uniform, they had been victims of racial profiling, which refers to the use of race or ethnicity of grounds for suspecting someone of having committed a crime. 24 out of 25 officers on the force believe that they have been racially profiled. How then are they supposed to take a leadership role, if you will, into solving what happens at the community level, at the grassroots level, when they themselves feel a threat from fellow cops?
Well, yeah, and I understand that, considering New York is 35,000 police officers and only around 6,000 are black, so 25 in a representative pool, I can take it for what it's worth. I can say that racial profiling does exist, and how do we do our jobs? We break down barriers. We continue to diversify the police force. We continue to diversify the command staff. We continue to engage with the community and embrace and engage each other for breaking down cultural barriers that exist. This is not a fact that we would take lightly. We believe that it exists, and some of those police officers around the nation have been victims of racial profiling and what they believe to be. And the problem becomes, how do we get over it? How do we actually culturally engage each other and respect each other's points of view so that we can understand that some things that may be problematic for some groups are not problematic for others?
And how do we get over it? Let's deal with that. How do we then get over it? Because would you not agree that we're at a time when black officers, male and female, have to become leaders? They need to take leadership roles here, because if we're going to succeed on the ground, they need to step forward more than ever before.
Well, I think what you have around the nation, for instance, we have dozens of chapters around the nation with, venerated, validated leaders who happen to be black, who head local black police associations, who have been taking leadership roles for 30, 40 years.
And why is it not getting any better if they've been doing it for 30 or 40 years?
Oh, I would beg to differ. I think things are getting better. They just aren't where they should be. This isn't a place where you have black officers who can only answer calls in a black neighborhood, or can't take anyone to jail, or can't get dressed in the locker room, or can't be in a detail with other white officers. Yes, things have gotten better. Are they where they need to be? No, of course not. And that's what we've been doing. Black Police Association leaders, local, regional, and national, have been addressing this situation for decades. And only when tragedy happens or things are personified on a national level are we able to even get a microphone or get to talk to people like you.
But do you really need a microphone, though? And again, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Do you really need the microphone, or is it more or less what happens behind the scenes in working with the officers of all color?
Well, I'll say you need both, but I can tell you even behind the scenes, you look at black police associations across the nation, and you find us in the community. You find us in mentoring programs, reading programs, food giveaways. You find us doing all kind of things in rehab and reentry. You find us in the community engaging with the people who we serve. So, yes, you need both, and we need our stories to be told, because the police department, until Ferguson, diversity, 3 out of 50 officers being black, didn't come to light. So we need to have the dialogue on both sides with our comrades, and we don't need to make sweeping indictments of white officers who we deem to be racist and say everyone's racist because one or two exhibit those kind of, attributes or characteristics of being a racist, because I've seen many white officers culturally aware, engage in the community, and doing sometimes more than officers of color.
There we go. I got about a minute left, but I need to ask you something on that. Don't we need to get to the point where the people, whether they're black, white, blue, green, whatever, in their community, they trust the police officers of every color, not just having black officers in black communities, but having white officers there as well, and trust them that they are there to protect them? Isn't that where we need to get?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's a noble place to be, and we're making strides to that. And we're going to fight inside the system to actually make greater gains so we can embrace each other. And sometimes that's very hard. It's very difficult to do. But we're going to get there. It's just going to be a struggle for all of us to become blue, for the community to trust us. But we're going to have to immerse ourselves, white and black, into these communities, and we're going to have to understand each other and our cultures that come with that and respect it. We're going to have to respect it, and then we can cross that bridge. There's a solution on the other side of the bridge. I wear this uniform with pride. I wear my badge with pride. I think the black officers around the nation, they wear it with pride, and they engage with each other. And there's 99% of white, black, Latino officers who want to do the right thing in their communities, and we're getting sidetracked with 1% of bad people
Good.
who we often get rid of.
I'm glad you said that. That's where we're going to have to end. Malik Aziz, we thank you so much for your comments. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and yours.
Thank you so much for having me again. I appreciate you so much.
My pleasure. Take care. Breaking, we're back with just another day in college sports, where the star player gets away with just about everything.